Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Rabbi Prague,
Yes.
how would you define in this from yesterday's discussion a na'ara?
Na'ara is very clearly in Rambam. If you look in the Rambam,
Three years.
Oh no, Na'ara is what you're saying is Ktana. Ktana is from the age of 3 till 12. Na'ara is from 12 till 12:30. Then she's Bogeret.
And could she be Makabil a Kinyan at 12 at a na'ara?
It's a good question.
Because if she can,
It's a good question.
because the discussion is she, how old she is she can Makabil. If they say it directly that she's a na'ara, then what's the issue?
You're asking a good question. So you're asking, the pasuk refers to Rivka as Na'ara, so obviously she was over 12. But in reality, she's less than 12. She's a Ketana. The reason why they are referring to her as a Na'ara is because of her maturity. Before everyone is coming, look a second in Rambam Sefer Nashim. הלכות נערה בתולה. This is not our topic, but since no one is here, so.
And isn't there a Rashi at the end that I forgot it already, that she was 3 years old or something?
She's young, she's very young. Like Rashi says בפירוש, in Toldot, if you want, look at the Rashi in Toldot. Rashi says that she's not, when he married her, he was very young.
I thought it was the end of the parsha.
He was waiting till. Look a second, it's Sefer Nashim, הלכות נערה בתולה. No, but this is really not. No, this is really not what I'm looking for. No, it's not. It's probably הלכות. You look a second on Perek Bet בהלכות אישות. ספר נשים, פרק ב' בהלכות אישות של היהודי. I'm just answering Larry's question. What defines Kitana? What defines Na'ara? What defines Bogeret? But then you see the Rambam there, Nashim, is by you, it's right in the beginning of Sefer Nashim. הבת ביום לידתה עד שתהיה בת י"ב שנה גמורות. You complete 12, היא נקראת קטנה ונקראת תינוקת. Okay? ואפילו הביאה 2 שערות, it doesn't count. Okay? Now look now in הלכה ב' והבאת 2 שערות בזמן הזה נקרא מאחר שתביא סימן תחתון תקרא נערה עד 6 חודשים גמורים. ומתחילת יום תשלום השישה נקראת בוגרת. So you have the three ages. קטנה from 3 to 12. If she brings puberty signs from 12 to 12 and a half, she's a na'ara. And then afterwards, bogeret. The father doesn't have any halachic rights to marry off his daughter only when she's a na'ara. After she's bogeret, his question was, the psukim are referring to Rivka as na'ara. But in reality, she's much younger, yes?
Yeah.
She's much younger, she's a ketana. But the na'ara over there is referring to her because of her maturity.
Isn't that right?
Also-
The Gemara get into if there's a hay or not a hay there, there's different,
It says like Parashat Ki Tetzah, in all the Sifrei Torah, it says Na'ar.
Yeah, but it also says Betula Shalo Yadat, something like that.
yeah, that's how
This is a different pshat. Okay, but bring the Chumashim a second.
Yeah.
So,
Rabbi Prague, also, the Torah doesn't waste words. Why in this parasha are they repeating the story?
okay, the Gemara is, the Gemara, everyone is asking, the Gemara is,
I mean, back and forth, back and forth. I mean, what's the purpose? There has to be a
so the Gemara, I'm telling you now a phrase. And the phrase is, in our generation, it's a $1 trillion phrase. יפה שיחתן של עבדי אבות יותר מתורתן של בנים. If you really compare carefully what he tells the family and what he was told, I forgot, but I think there are between 8 or 12 minor differences, and every difference is teaching you the wisdom and the responsibility that he had. But basically the point is, the Torah wants to teach us how to speak. Yeah, but it's a famous, very, the Midrash, the Gemara is asking, look a second in Parashat Toldot.
I know where.
Look at in 124.
There's a question in Nara if a woman is raped or something, or whether she has to pay is if it's below 12 Nara, with a hay, without a hay, whether you count it from 3 to 12. I remember learning to walk this summer along those lines.
If you learn Chumash, Rashi, look on page 124. פסוק כ' ויהי יצחק בן 40 שנה וקחתו את רבקה עבד בתואל הערבי ופדן ארם אחות לבן הארמי לא לאישה. ויעתר יצחק להשם לנוכח אשתו. יצחק is praying together with רבקה ויעתר לו השם. Okay? When did he start to pray? When did they decide that she is barren? Okay, and then let's tell the page a second. Remember the pasuk says openly that Yitzchak is 40 when he gets married. Yes. Then he prays. Look now at page 1.
How old is she?
This is what we are looking.
No, I'm saying so.
This is what we are going to look. Look now, turn the page to page 126. פרק כ"ה, פסוק כ"ז. ויצחק בן 60 שנה מלדת אותם. 20 years from the time he married her. How old was she? Look at the Rashi over there. Look at the Rashi, בן 60 שנה, page 126. בן 60. Listen carefully what Rashi says now. 10 שנים משנשאה עד שנעשית בת י"ג שנה ראויה להיריון. 10 years from the day he married her until she is 13. Since we learned math in first grade, so she was 3, Rashi says, yes?
Right.
10 years from the time he married her till she is ready to have children. ו10 שנים הללו, those 10 years, ציפה, he waited, והמתין לה, כמו שעשה אביו לשרה. אברהם, what did it mean כמו שעשה אביו לשרה? Before Abraham moved from his birthplace to Israel, maybe the change of the place, כיוון שלא נתעברה, ידע שהיא עקרה, והתפלל עליה. ושפחה לא רצה נישא, he didn't want to marry like אברהם תוק הגר, כפי שנתקדש בהר המוריה להיות עולה תמימה. You realize what Rashi is saying here? When we listen to Kriyat Torah, is Yitzchak and Sarah are praying and she's pregnant. 10 years they were praying, you realize, yes?
Going back to what we learned before, that if you don't have a children by after 10 years,
This is exactly, no, but this is exactly how they do it.
not being a chutzpahdik. How did, if Rivka was 3 years old, how did she water the Gamla Gamalecha
Again, it's, it's every year, every class, every community, every continent. We assume that 3 years old, she's walking with a bottle, yes? And maybe she's not wearing diapers anymore. Physically, you see clearly from Tanakh that people were much stronger. She was much more developed. I mean, it's clear. I mean, remember, we are assuming she's 3 the way your grandchildren and my grandchildren.
A different three.
But still, can we say that she could not have kids until she was 12 or 13
She
years
says,
old?
she
Right,
says,
so then it's actually only 10 years that she was Akara from.
you
the
do
10
know,
years.
of course, that the Gemara in Masechet Sanhedrin says that Be'emet, theoretically, at the age of 9,
Okay.
this is if the Gemara makes a cheshbon, the Gemara makes a cheshbon by David, what David,
Wait, Bathsheba?
why was Achitophel so upset?
Is this Rabbi from Yevamot? Did we learn this? I mean,
With Bathsheba?
You learned it in Yevamot. The Gemara in Yevamot. So theoretically, when you calculate the years, it's about 8, 9, the Gemara says, but because Achitophel died at half, Doeg Adomi died at half. Anyway, but Rashi says normally she cannot have kids till she's 13 with puberty signs. This is why Yitzchak started to pray 10 years after he married her, which is from the age of 3 till 13.
Right, and then she ended up having
Then
kids
10
10 years
years.
later.
Yeah, she is 20 years.
20 years. Rabbi?
20, yeah.
No, 10 years after she was
Yeah,
able to have
After,
kids.
after they started
Yeah,
to
so she's
pray.
Akara 10
She's
years,
now
which
20.
is really at the point where he was supposed to either do something.
Now
marry-
open the parashat, Kita say, yeah, go. You could just say, go to
Just
the
a
Baruch.
little conjecture. I grew up, how times have changed and people change. I grew up in Louisiana, and I remember at 9 years old, or maybe 8, let's use the number 9, going to Manhattan. Right here, subway and a bus, 2 different transits to get to shul across town. 9 by myself. I don't know if I let my child go to the corner today by himself at 9.
Yeah.
So 3 is not the 3, 9 is not the 9. And we're going just like 50, 60 years.
But even today, it depends on the neighborhood you live in.
Yeah. You should see in Israel how kids go around by themselves.
Come to Borough Park, you send the kid 2 to
You-
walk
you-
20 blocks.
You'll see a 4 or
5
5-year-old wheeling a 2-year-old.
It's not a jungle.
That's how I grew up, serious.
Look at
Unfortunately,
Eli,
everybody knows
what
the
Eli is, remember the Pesukim is here. What do you say, Joseph? What do you say?
Manzani's gonna change every year. Arabic's gonna be the first language. I told my wife, if Hashem didn't want Mandani to be mayor, he wouldn't be mayor. So you just gotta, you gotta go with the roll. Go with the roll. Go with the
The
roll.
rule is like
And it's
this.
gonna be good. And it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Not him.
Yeah, Mel, the rule in life is the minute we say Hashem is great, obviously we are in big trouble.
The minute we say what?
We're in big trouble, he said.
The minute you say Hashem is great, obviously we are in trouble. Because suddenly we remember God. Before Mandani we did, but before Hashem is not God. Hashem is punishing me and you to remind us, Rabotai, we are Jews, we have a mission. Are we fulfilling it? If not, I'll remind you a little bit.
Wow.
I'm hoping that's all it's gonna be, just being annoying.
Said a woman came 160 years ago who met a great rabbi, not a receiver. She says, go ask this shoemaker to pray. He says, Rabbi, my son is not a receiver. I mean, send him to me.
the shoemaker, don't go to extreme.
Look a second, Eli, here. What Eli meant is go to page 1052. Now in page, what he said?
Was he allowed to pray for her to have a baby when
Why
she
not?
was 3?
But he didn't start to pray for her.
Until when?
He didn't
10 years,
expect her to be
until
pregnant at
after
3.
she was,
He waited 10 years.
oh,
Yeah,
sure, then
still
he-
things are normal, yes. Look a second,
At three, were they living in a house together?
and this is the way it seems from the text. But again, going back to what you said before,
What page you on now, Robert?
1052.
10. I think the address is-
look a second at the Torah, Eli, referring to your, look at Pasuk 22. I mean, this is what you learn.
22 you said, Robert?
Yeah, page 1052, Pasuk 22. כי ימצא איש שוכב עם אישה והולד בר. Here, you realize, the Torah doesn't give us an age. A man who has a relationship with a married woman, she could be at 8 and her father married her off. She could be at 12, 13, or she could be at 44. ומתו גם שניהם, you kill the man and the woman. This is
The woman's 8 years old?
I'm saying,
No.
I know I'm saying, it's possible that she is married even if she is 8. Why? Because her father married her off. The
But
Torah
even if
is
she willingly, Rabbi, this 8-year-old girl willingly.
right.
However crazy you want to
No,
put it
no,
with
no,
the
no.
man.
If she's
How
8,
am I gonna kill her?
if she's 8, you cannot execute.
Exactly, so I don't know what
Say-
you're talking about. I'm not clear on
The
that.
man is being killed if
Good.
she is a married woman. She is being killed from the age of 12 and 1 day.
12, good.
Saying, but the Torah didn't mention her age because as far as the Aveira of having a relationship with a married woman, as long as she is legally married, she might be 21, very attractive, but there's no father, yes, and she got married on her own. It's the same, right? She might be 9 and there's no father and her mother married her off. Then she's not considered married, even though she is allowed to be with the man together because the rabbis established that the mother can take care, but she's not in the Torah. She's not Mekudeshet only if the father marries her.
Uh-huh.
Look now, because Chachamim were afraid that the daughter will be
Taking advantage of something.
people will take advantage. So look now in Pasuk Chav Gimel. Ki yeh na'ir, this is what
Right,
you
without it.
23?
Ki yeh na'ara betula ma'orasa li'ish. The woman is engaged to be married. But you realize the Torah says she is na'ara betula ma'orasa li'ish, so she's legally married. ומצאה איש בעיר ושכב עמה, now she has a relationship, והוצאתם את שניהם, see, going back to Mel's point, here the Torah says,
They're both
you kill both of them בסיקילה.
Yeah, but the
she-
first one, they just said we kill her.
she's
Is there a
engaged.
reason why they didn't
She's-
mention what type of death? On the first one, 22?
No, right, but the general idea is that it's chelik, it's telling them.
Uh-huh.
Here the Torah says openly, because she's
Stoned.
engaged to be married, both of them are being stoned.
It's
But
strong.
the Torah didn't write Na'ara, full Na'ara. Okay? She was kaltem otam ba'avanim. Why? Et הנערה, she was not trying to resist. על דבר אשר לא צעקה. ואת האיש אשר עינה את אשת רעהו. Here, next Ila is the same. ואם בשדה ימצא האיש את הנערה המאורסה. If the man is raping her, before it was done willingly, they both agree. אם בשדה ימצא האיש את הנערה המאורסה והחזיק בה האיש, he grabs her ושכב עמה, here the Torah says, ומת האיש אשר שכב עמה לבדו, we stone only him. ולנערה לא תעשה דבר, אין לנערה חטא, but she is not punished, כי כאשר יקום איש על רעהו ורצחו נפש, כן הדבר,
This
she
is the
is
case
like,
in the field, that's the case in the
right,
field.
right, she is like, the Torah is describing, she is like a rape, she is like a murder
Like
victim.
Rodin, it's victim of Rodin.
Rodef. Even
The
if she went
question-
willingly, Rabbi, out to the field?
willingly what? Because she knows that the boy is always there. Or she's taking a walk. She's an artist. She's taking pictures and
So if she doesn't wanna marry him, she can be off, right? She can be free.
This is not a single woman. She's engaged to be married already to another man. Joseph, you referring Joseph to a single girl. If a single girl, in a minute I'll show you. If a single girl is being raped by a man, we're giving her a choice
Some
to
options.
marry him, but he has to pay her money. If she doesn't want, if she does not want, we give him 39 lashes, he has to pay money.
But she
And this
married
is only
her,
by
she
single.
married her because she's too embarrassed and she doesn't know what to do. But if he's a sick man,
If you
Well,
go,
we
if you
don't
go
have-
to archives of courts, 50% of every rape cases is willingly. The way she was dressed, the way she was talking, the way she wants to marry, she's attracted to the guy. She was dating him and the guy raped her.
Date rape.
It's called a date rape.
but let's take the case that he did it maliciously. And she was embarrassed, she married him, but the guy is a sick person. She wants to divorce him.
If he's a sick person, she can say no. She or her father, she or her father can say
She's
no.
embarrassing to when she's in the corner.
How'd you like to say no?
Yes, yes.
In the Parsha, when it says, "V'hanara tova marem o bitula,"
I'm
So-
going to show you the Rashi in a second. Look at the fascinating Rashi in a minute, second. Now, here Joseph, your Joseph's case, Pasuk 28, Joseph. Ki yimtza ish na'ara, in all of them, you realize there's no hay by neither of them. Ki yimtza ish na'ara betula. Here's a single girl, yes, over the age of 12. But she's not engaged to be married, she's single. ותפסה, again, he rapes her, ונתן האיש השוכב עמה להביא הנערה 50 כסף, he's paying certain amount of money to the father, ולא תהיה לאישה, if she and her father are saying she's willing to marry him, תחת אשר הנה, here Joseph, לא יוכל לשלחה כל ימיו. There's no right to give her a divorce, and if he does divorce her, we would force him to remarry her again.
He can never divorce her.
Correct, which means if he gives her a divorce paper, she is divorced, but then he has to remarry.
What about if she's Faltan? She goes out of the marriage, he's a Kohen, she goes out of the marriage, and then what happens then?
Then you cannot remarry.
We do divorce her, we don't.
Then you divorce her. Remember, the divorce is only if she won. So Joseph, going back to your case, Joseph will take a survey in later. Joseph, ladies in this community over the Ashkenaz, 50% will tell you 5 years after they are married, they shouldn't have married it. Now, not that they have a terrible marriage, it's not a good match.
It wasn't the right match.
Why don't you divorce him? We have already 2 kids, we have a house. Do you really think that everything is like Hollywood, yeah? There's nothing like Hollywood. No, but this is exactly.
It's not Turkey, Joseph. It's not Turkey.
I met yesterday, Joseph. We had an open house. So I saw a woman, I guess. She should be in her early 30s. She was one of the most brilliant students I ever had. I told her, I hope you go to law school.
The mother?
The woman I met
Yeah,
yesterday.
she was a former student.
Anyway, she says to me, I was married. After 9 years, we got divorced. I'm a mother of 4. 4 children. Brilliant woman. I was asking her, will you be willing to come to class? I never got the yes, but yesterday I got the yes. To come to class and talk to young girls and have Hollywood dreams.
Oh.
Life is mine.
Being a guidance to them.
Says, I'll definitely come.
Oh, wow, that's great.
She says, I had all the dreams. She was brilliant. Says to me, no, she told me, Rabbi Hari, Rabbi Shalom helped me a lot, but after 9 years, no, but this is reality. Girls in senior year are saying, how many of us are going to get divorced? This is the way you look at life. Let's go to the pasuk that.
Okay, just remember, it says in your test, Yahshua Hanara with a hay. And then then afterwards it says, "Ve'im emet haya davar hazeh lo nimtzut betulin lanara," without a hay. So it's like different. I think
Right.
different ages.
Okay, yeah.
They're
But you realize the case over there is a complicated case.
yeah,
The case over there is the man is married, and he claims
yeah.
that she had an affair after they got married. And he's producing witnesses. And then another pair of witnesses, Mezim, I mean, this-
No, I didn't understand the thing, but I'm just saying that.
Go to
no,
this
no.
week's parasha, Laris Pasuk.
Rabbi-
Believe me, when they teach it, they're not emphasizing the Rashi the way we are going to see the Rashi, but the Rashi says it, of course.
By the way, the David Tzvi Hoffman says, "Betula makom na'ara v'cheinu b'chol ha'Torah kula chutz me'asher v'natnu la'avi ha'na'ara."
Very, very interesting, yeah. He's a commentator. It's unfortunate that people are not using so much. He's a brilliant. You know, he was the head of the rabbinical seminary in Berlin. He was brilliant. I mean, it is insight in the Pasuk. Look a second.
What's his name?
People felt he was Professor Hoffman. He was Rabbi Hoffman. I have all his books of Chumash. Brilliant. Look a second how the Torah describes Rivka.
Page?
Just a second. You look at page 112, page 112, page 24. Now remember, the Torah is detailing the prayers of Eliezer, yes? Vayehi, look at Pasuk Tetvav on top. Vayehi hu terem kila ledaber, before he finished his prayers. V'hinei Rivka yotzet. Asher Yulda, the Torah is giving us the lineage. The Betuel is her father, the son of Milcah.
Why do we need this lineage here?
In a minute. You do realize that Milcah, her mother, was a sister of Sarah.
Sarah's sister.
Have that.
Both of them were daughters of Haran. Achi Abraham, the Kadar Shifma, you know, the famous, so many paintings, yes. The Hanara, Tovat Mar'eh Me'od. בתולה, ואיש לא ידע,
now the maiden was very fair to look upon, a virgin which no man had known.
You understand, if you tell me she is a virgin, so,
Well, you need to know.
so look at the Rashi, of
That's
course,
an extra word no man would know.
right, look at the Rashi, an amazing Rashi. Look at the Rashi on the right side, the fourth line.
She had relations in another form.
בתולה ממקום בתולים.
Oh.
A virgin, everyone knows a virgin. ואיש לא ידע שלא כדרכה. Says Rashi, the Knana, it's new that girls would not let them have regular relationships because no one would marry them. So you used to have relationships, not in normal way. Says the Torah, Rivka, it is, you look at the Rashi. בתולה ממקום בתולים, the regular place. ואיש לא ידע שלא כדרכה. כפי שבנות הכנענים היו משמרות מקום בתוליהם, they were very careful to remain virgins. ומפקירות עצמם, but they let men ממקום אחר להעיד על זו שנקייה מכל. If you think about it, it's funny, the Torah has to tell you
Yeah, amazing.
that she is a virgin, plus, this is Rivka.
She didn't do anything.
Yeah, but
She didn't do anything
reason
quirky.
why
She-
Friday Yitzchak was different than the others. He was on the Mizbeach. He's at a higher level. So he's like a Kohen Gadol.
Eli says because Yitzchak is very special.
They don't say about the other Imaot. They don't mention.
Listen carefully. Two things. When I see sometimes a woman in weddings or teenage girls, they are inviting.
Yeah.
The Torah is saying she never radiated sexuality. You understand? Today, our daughters are told by the mothers or by the friends,
Dress this way.
dress this way. This is what the Torah really means. The Ish lo yada, of course not.
Like we say that.
She
Rabbi.
never, ever, this is, I mean, it's not me saying, it's a famous, famous interpretation. Now, listen carefully. What happens, Joseph, if a married woman, having a relationship with a man, not the normal way.
I saw somewhere, for us, it's considered
I'm not
relations.
talking about goyim.
For goyim, it's
I'm
not
talking
what- it's not for us.
Jews. The answer is they're both bestowed the same.
Mhm.
As far as relationships, it's the same. So when the Torah says Betula ve'ish lo yada'a, by goyim it's different, but the point is that she was really pure. Okay.
Strange, as a novice, I would say to myself, the default position would be every woman in our Jewish history would have been this way default. The exception would have been somebody who did it not the normal way,
Remember,
but now we have to look at
Rani,
society.
we are part of a very good community. But, I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
good.
but the
Now, would
world-
you believe if I tell you? I wouldn't believe either. But since a teacher told me, I believe. Female teacher says to me, Monday morning last week, all the kids were tired, all the girls were tired.
Okay.
Not watching football. Says we went last night to a Halloween party.
Oh,
We bought special dresses.
yeah,
We went to a temple
crazy.
and they read for us demon stories.
Read for us what?
Demon stories, stupidity.
Venus?
Demon.
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 You understand? If girls are exposed
Society.
to this time, what do you expect?
Especially now with this
It's
TikTok,
not
all this
their-
foolishness.
It's not their fault at all or anything, but what are
They get
we
influenced,
doing? This is
parents.
really- What are we allowing? What is permissible?
Yeah.
What is not permissible?
Right.
You understand? You go to a total foreign country and you're very attractive. It's very difficult. This is really what the Torah is trying to,
Yeah.
it's trying to tell us about Rivka. But you see them, of course, the amazing part of, she's a sister of a group, she's a daughter of a group.
Yeah.
But she is Rivka. And Abraham, like we spoke the other day, is willing to take her as a daughter-in-law, regardless that the father is a crook. Again, being a crook means having a desire for money. It's terrible. But as far as the refinement of the character, Abraham knows that his family.
Then Rivka sends Yaakov to the same thing, right? He sends him, she sends him
Exactly
to the
the
same place
same.
to get married.
And this is already to the house of Lavan.
Lavan.
She
Worse
knows
than
that-
Shula.
she
Worse
knows
than-
that- she
worse
knows
than-
that-
than
The answer is refinement. It's not people say it's a nice family. Refinement. Think about it, yes? I asked the class, I didn't mean to do it, but it's not fair. Would you like that each one of, let's a class of 14, each one is writing the eulogy of another person. No names, yeah? You write on this girl, this writer. It's important to see what the other people think about me. I know what I think I am.
Rabbi, we didn't do Shutkanim when I was single. But I do remember speaking to we just didn't do it. We were single when we went out. But I remember when it came time to get married,
Your mother
I would
said-
ask my mother,
Right,
and my mother said to me, "This girl is not for you."
right.
Just like that.
Because of the family.
Whatever.
Exactly. She didn't know the girl. She knew the name.
So she's saying.
And then when I brought a name that she liked, go out.
Everyone-
with her.
everyone
I
understood.
love that. She didn't know the girl. I love that
But
person.
now the Rambam said,
Same thing here.
No, here they disqualify the family. The family is
No,
a
we
group.
think they said
No,
that.
so I'm
Lavan.
saying, there are
Yeah,
two parts to our life. The game that you play when you're in class here, you're playing in class, in your business, in school, and who are you? I'm not talking about being honest and dishonest. Which type of a person are you? You feel for others, you know. I mean,
What's your
this is really
character?
what
What are your core values?
character is
So
the key.
Batman Lavan was what?
The crook as far as
Okay,
money,
then why did
but
you marry the daughter? Because the father, like in his example,
because it's
So
only a desire for money. But then you don't provoke, you don't know what I'm saying. If you see a poor man in the street, would you go out of your way to offer him?
You're cruel. You're cruel. You're kind.
Okay, come, look at second in Rambam. Perek Gimel Lari, you take the Rambam, Perek Gimel Milchot Yishut.
Yeah, what?
Rambam here.
I'm sorry, you did that right? Yeah.
I'll look at it.
Joseph?
Look the Rambam,
Find it,
Perek.
Jack.
Yesterday we started, but since we went to another way.
A few tangents we went on.
That's all right. You always learn something here.
I'll look at it.
You look in Perek Gimel, Halacha Gimel, Gimel. It's very easy if you have the Brown Rambam, it's page 22. Which way you okay? Yeah, look at that. It should
Different
say here,
Different.
Pei Gimel, Perek Gimel.
He's right.
Joseph just can go here.
back a few pages.
כל המקדש אישה, David, you have it, David? כל המקדש אישה, בין על ידי עצמו, בין על ידי שליח, צריך לברך קודם הקידושים. Before we put tefillin, before we eat matzah, we make bracha. The name of the bracha is Birkat HaMitzvot. Says the Rambam, before a man marries a woman.
Rabbi, we can't find it.
Perek Gimel?
Perek Gimel, Birkot Yishuv.
Yeah, and
Gimel. Give me the book.
I see it.
Chaf Gimel.
Okay, give me.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, is that it?
Half email.
Yeah, he's got it right.
I'm sure he has it somewhere there.
Okay, no, that's it. then.
I don't get.
Maybe
Get the
the man is right. This is
I
good.
get what you're reading.
different
You really
edition.
got Shefka, Jack.
No, I didn't. I got.
No, the opposite. It's a mistake. It's a mistake in
A
the
mistake.
print. You made the print.
Wow.
Maybe his is
I have it
right,
right.
and yours is a mistake.
No, Joseph.
Because mine is a different edition, I have the same as that one.
Same thing. Amazing. You have the same book.
Halacha,
Amazing.
Different book.
Chav Gimel.
Same book.
The rabbi made a mistake. He told the Gimel is Chav Gimel. Page 22. You have it right there. You have it. Chav Gimel.
There's not a print there, it's just
Okay.
The rabbi needs good glasses, which are really good glasses. You have it, Larry. Halacha Chav Gimel. כל המקדש אישה בין על ידי עצמו, to realize we blamed everyone except myself. Baruch Hashem, it's me. The machine, he do that.
It's not you, Rabbi. It's not you, Rabbi.
So we still don't
It's life, it's life. We're still, it's important to realize, yes. כל המקדש אישה בין על ידי עצמו, בין על ידי שליח, צריך לברך קודם הקידושים. Are you aware that in every wedding that you attend, I attend Ashkenazic fund, the rabbi is always making the bracha. Of course, the Rambam is telling us that
on behalf of the groom.
the groom is supposed to make the bracha. Yes, the same way we make a bracha before tefillin, that in marriage is a mitzvah, you have to make the bracha. Or al yedei shaliach. So let's say here the case what Rani just said. So the rabbi is doing it,
On behalf of.
On behalf. but the rabbi here is not really the shaliach for the marriage. The rabbi is saying, the Rambam is saying, I give the ring to someone, and my bride is serving somewhere in Baltimore. He gives it to her, and he makes the bracha. He's not a rabbi. He's a shaliach for the Kiddushin. The Rambam is saying the one to make the bracha is.
He's an extension of me.
Correct. The same way I can appoint you to check the chametz for me, put the mezuzah for me. I appoint you to give the ring, hand over the ring, and to tell her you are married to me, and I am the agent. Who should make the bracha the marriage? Rambam says.
No
Do we have
concern
a
that she
case
may
where you
not
can-
accept?
What?
We're not concerned that she may not accept.
No,
it, that-
assuming that they.
So they make the bracha.
It's not
Okay, but we're
approachable.
saying the bracha.
It's a tremendous chiddush. If someone is asking you to put the mezuzah, who makes the bracha? The owner, the shaliach. Everyone quotes this Rambam in the Brit Milah, yes, Friday, when the Brit Milah in school, the Mohel, you heard it many times before, the Mohel says to the father, it's your son, you are obligated to do the Brit.
Doesn't need you to be
If
my.
you appoint me a shaliach, it's not really designate, appoint me a shaliach. I am doing it on your behalf. This is why the Mohel will make the
Makes
bracha.
better.
It's exactly what the Rambam is saying. If you appoint an agent to hand over the ring to the woman,
The agent makes a
you make
bracha.
the bracha
Not
that
the
the rabbi is making. But in the last few hundred years, it changed because many of the grooms don't know.
People don't know how to do it.
You know how to do it, or they are paying nervous, or they are doing this, that.
Do we have a case, you can't have, do we have a case with no shaliach? You cannot use a shaliach? Any case. I cannot use a shaliach.
Here, this morning, when you put the tefillin, you couldn't tell me, listen, I'm sleeping a little later, put the
What
tefillin.
about?
No, we said to go well on
No,
that.
no.
You're right.
The same way you cannot tell me to eat your breakfast. He said, shaliach, agent.
This
eat
one
my
can't be a
breakfast."
going.
But you can drink wine for me. You can drink wine for me.
Actually, Robert, we had a question, we said you can't have a goel hadam, it's a mitzvah, we said you can't, you know, that we can't make him a shaliach, go kill
Drinking the
somebody.
wine is another aspect. But look a second. Say either the groom, either the groom or the man who is the agent to give the ring or the coin, כדרך שמברכים על כל המצוות. You the Rambam. The same way that me and you are making the baracha. I'm living in a second. So your question is with the wine. We'll see in a minute. Maybe tomorrow. Leave the Rambam here.
It just popped up. I'm sure it wasn't the
Good, good.
right.
No. It's a good. It was a good concept.
It just hit me. You said, but for him to do the tefillin, I'm not doing it. But I'm not doing the other thing either.
If
You're right.
you think about it,
Yeah, you're right.
how they suddenly say, the question is, how come some mitzvot, you can appoint someone, and some mitzvot you have to. The answer is, by tefillin, the mitzvah is it should be a male Cohen's hand. Rabbi Prague is your agent, it's not male Cohen's hand. But if mezuzah or Megillat Chametz, the main point of the mitzvah is the result. The result is the woman that the ring. The result is that the mezuzah is a little. This is a separate.